Welcome to a journey through the darkest corridors of history, where we uncover the stories of the 25 most evil dictators the world has ever known. This exploration is not just about the notorious acts that these figures committed, but it's a deep dive into the psyche of power and its corrupting influence. In our first chapter, we start with Adolf Hitler, a name synonymous with evil. His reign of terror during World War II and the Holocaust marked one of the darkest periods in human history. We'll explore how Hitler's twisted ideology and charismatic leadership led to unimaginable atrocities. But our story doesn't end there. We move on to Joseph Stalin, the iron-fisted ruler of the Soviet Union, whose paranoia and ruthless desire for control led to the deaths of millions. Stalin's reign was marked by widespread purges, forced labor camps, and a culture of pervasive fear. Next, we delve into the life of Pol Pot, the architect of Cambodia's killing fields. His radical vision of an agrarian utopia resulted in the death of a quarter of Cambodia's population. Pol Pot's regime was characterized by forced labor, starvation, and mass executions. Our journey through history's Hall of Infamy brings us to Mao Zedong, the founding father of the People's Republic of China. Mao's policies, including the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, led to massive social upheaval and the deaths of millions. His quest to reshape Chinese society left a complex and controversial legacy. As we navigate through these chapters of history, we aim to understand not just the actions of these dictators, but also the circumstances that allowed them to rise to power. It's a journey that takes us through the depths of human cruelty and the resilience of the human spirit. Join us as we unveil the stories of history's most infamous rulers. In the second chapter of our exploration, we turn our focus to a set of dictators whose reigns were marked by their unique brands of terror and oppression. We begin with Saddam Hussein, the notorious leader of Iraq. His brutal regime was characterized by the use of chemical weapons, genocidal campaigns against the Kurds, and a relentless suppression of political dissent. Saddam's rule, filled with wars and internal strife, left a lasting impact on the Middle East. Next, we delve into the story of Idi Amin, the self-proclaimed last king of Scotland, and the ruthless dictator of Uganda. Known for his eccentricity and cruelty, Amin's reign was a period of chaos, human rights abuses, and economic decline. His regime was responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of Ugandans, and his erratic behavior left the world both horrified and perplexed. We then journey to the heart of Europe to examine the life of Benito Mussolini, the fascist leader of Italy. Mussolini's quest for power led to the suppression of political freedoms and the promotion of aggressive nationalist policies. His alliance with Nazi Germany and the implementation of anti-Semitic laws marked Italy's darkest hours in modern history. Our chapter concludes with a look at Kim Il-sung, the founding leader of North Korea. His establishment of a strict totalitarian regime, characterized by a pervasive cult of personality, set the stage for one of the most isolated and oppressive nations in the world. Kim's legacy continues to influence North Korea, shaping its policies and its relationship with the global community. Each of these dictators, in their own way, reshaped their nations and left a profound impact on the world stage. Their stories are a testament to the dangers of absolute power and the importance of safeguarding human rights and freedoms. As we delve into their lives and legacies, we gain a deeper understanding of the complexities of leadership and the consequences of unchecked authority. As we move into the third chapter of our historical odyssey, we encounter a new set of dictators, each distinct in their reign of terror. We begin with Francisco Franco, the authoritarian ruler of Spain. Franco's nearly 4-decade-long rule was marked by repression, censorship, and the suppression of political opposition. His regime, while stabilizing Spain in some ways, left deep scars in the nation's memory, scars that are still felt today. Next, we explore the life of Nicolae Ceausescu, Romania's communist leader known for his increasingly autocratic and bizarre rule. Ceausescu's regime was characterized by severe austerity measures, a massive personality cult, and a pervasive secret police network. His fall from power, culminating in a dramatic and violent revolution, marked a significant moment in the collapse of communist regimes in Eastern Europe. We then turn our attention to Augusto Pinochet, the military dictator of Chile. Pinochet's rule was notorious for human rights violations, including torture, forced disappearances, and extrajudicial killings. His economic policies transformed Chile, but at a high human cost, a cost that continues to spark debate and reflection in Chilean society. Our journey then takes us to the African continent to examine the rule of Mobutu Sese Seko in Zaire, now the Democratic Republic of Congo. Mobutu's kleptocratic regime was marked by corruption, human rights abuses, and the squandering of his country's vast natural resources. His leadership, while initially bringing stability, eventually led to economic collapse and widespread poverty. These leaders, each in their own way, demonstrate the varied forms of dictatorship and the impact such regimes can have on a nation's history and its people. Their stories are not just tales of power and control, but also of resistance and the struggle for freedom. As we delve into their reigns, we gain insights into the challenges of governance and the enduring fight for justice and human dignity. In the final chapter of our exploration into the lives of history's most notorious dictators, we turn our gaze to a diverse group of leaders whose actions left indelible marks on the world. We start with Muammar Gaddafi, the Libyan dictator whose rule spanned over 4 decades. Gaddafi's regime, known for its human rights abuses and support for international terrorism, ended dramatically during the Arab Spring, leaving a legacy of controversy and change in the Middle East. We then examine the life of Bashar al-Assad, the president of Syria, whose leadership has been marred by a brutal civil war and widespread allegations of war crimes. Assad's regime, struggling to maintain control amidst chaos and conflict, has led to a humanitarian crisis and a reshaping of regional dynamics. Next, we delve into the story of Slobodan Milosevic, the former president of Serbia and Yugoslavia. Milosevic's nationalist policies and role in the Balkan conflicts of the 1990s resulted in devastating wars, ethnic cleansing, and the eventual fragmentation of Yugoslavia. His trial for war crimes and crimes against humanity marked a significant moment in international justice. Our journey concludes with a reflection on the impact these dictators have had on the world. Their reigns, often marked by violence, suppression, and tragedy, remind us of the importance of vigilance, the value of democracy, and the need for global cooperation in upholding human rights. As we close this chapter in our exploration of history's darkest leaders, we are reminded of the resilience of the human spirit in the face of tyranny. These stories, while difficult, are crucial in understanding our past and shaping a more just and peaceful future. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you found these insights enlightening and wish to explore more such intriguing aspects of our past, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more content that delves into the complexities of history, bringing to light the lessons we must carry into the future. Subscribe now and be part of a community dedicated to understanding our world and its history.